Alright guys, this is Joseph Cabello. We have an exciting episode today. We're going to go check out the boardwalk in Venice Beach. We're going to go visit Oceanfront Tattoo. My buddy Myke Cho is going to give us a little history on his shop and some of the artists that work there. And we're going to get to meet up with my boy Luckson.
I'm lucky to be from Venice. It's inspiring to be here and see the artists on the boardwalk, people doing their thing, all types of walks of life, man. I was inspired to create a brand called In the V Apparel. Since we were kids, I've been saying, yo, I'm in the V, like telling my friends where I'm at. I'm in Venice, I'm in my hometown. We've been saying that since we were kids. But I'm grateful because what I represent is the living young and the staying young.
Oh good Lord, I'm waving. 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 Yeah. So yeah, let's just be honest, this one's for the people. We in it together, you know we are equal.
Yeah, man. Before I was even born, my mom and my dad had houses, little cabins in Venice. They moved around a little bit, but I've been in Venice since I was 6 years old. Before then, we were bouncing in and out of Venice and a few other spots in LA. But yeah, man, I've been here since I was 5, 6 years old. I grew up with Sponto, owner of Born and Raised. His brother's my best friend, man. Shout out to Casey and Kai. I was just a little hooper from Venice. I went to West Side Leadership, right on the beach. And our life was going to the beach, playing basketball, and doing well in school, man, so we could play basketball. And that's what I was always blessed, because it took me a while to be introduced to drugs and all these other things in my life, because I was sheltered by the game of basketball, which I'm grateful for to this day, because I had my whole life to get into. Seeing Venice change has been like, it's weird to even say it, to be honest with you. You know, they say Abbot Kennedy's the coolest street in the world now. And that's ironic to me, because it was the coolest street in the world before any of this was here, before any of these transplants moved in and thought they knew what Venice was. But again, we're not here to hate on people, man, and the evolution of things is what it is. But it's our job to keep what Venice was alive, you know? And that's my goal through my music and my clothing line and everything I'm doing, you know? Yeah.
Because your shop definitely stands out like a lot, especially like, you know, you've had different crews and different people that came through and still come by and stuff. But you know, as far as like the shops on the beach, like you guys stand out. Was that like initially, was that like what you wanted to make sure that you were gonna do?
Yeah,
or?
man, I didn't want every, you know, my shop to look like everybody else's shop, flash all over the wall, you know. I had to put a little bit of flash for people that didn't really know if it was a tattoo shop or not, you know what I mean? Just to people walking by, oh, some flash is going there, you know. But I try to keep a minimum. I try to put more of the custom art, you know, what everybody in the shop is doing, you know what I mean? Because that's what it counts at, you know, at the end of the day. We want to see the artwork that the individual artists are doing, you know. So, yeah, that's what I want. I wanted to stick out a little bit for sure.
You came here from the East Coast, right?
Yeah, I came from Philly.
You came from Philly, and what were you doing in Philly at that time?
I wasn't doing nothing, man. Nothing was really going on for me. That's why, you know, me and a couple of my homies, I was 21 at the time, we just made that jump, you know, we're like, fuck it, you know, let's take a chance pretty much, you know, and, you know, it took a long time to get where I'm at, but, you know, at the end of the day, I love what I did, you know, I love where I worked at, and, you know, it was
Do you go
cool.
back to Philly often?
Yeah, especially the last few years, you know, since I had the shop, you know, I try to go home a little bit more. My parents are getting a little older, you know, I have a little nephew now, so I try to go home a little bit more, as long as I, you know, whenever I have time to go home, you know, but I'm really stuck at work all the time. You know how that goes. You know.
I mean, your friends though, they probably like. I mean, that's crazy. Like moving all the way from the East Coast and then just coming to California. That's one thing, but then going right on the boardwalk on Venice, like, you know,
Yeah,
you
man.
ever stop and think like, whoa?
No, I don't. You know what, man? I just went with, you know, just went with the flow of it, man. You know, I didn't really think of it like that, man.
It's just kind of organic.
Yeah, man. You know how a lot of things just, you know, just happen for a reason. I guess I don't even know how you say it, but it just happened, man. You know what I mean? It was one of those things that, you know, I just stuck with it. You know, it wasn't about the money. You know, I just love to do what I did right here at the beach. You know, and just stuck with it. And luckily, you know, that hard work pays off. You know, and luckily everything worked out. You know?
What you got on? The newest edition. So many shoes every day I switch them. Skinny ass jeans kinda make me restricted. Amethyst choker on my neck stay glistening. Funky ass dude attitude so groovy. New girl got me living life so bougie. Back to a crib, then we hit the jacuzzi. Up in the hills, that cliff is a doozy. Rad, we had some wine at the pad. Riding around in the Jag. Hitting up Stussy, we popping a tag. Wore that shit out like that was all that I had. Pretty, pretty girl, is there someone in your world? Yeah, pretty, pretty girl, can I come into your world? Yeah.